we're gonna start off by making fun of Star Wars Outlaws, because let's be real, Star Wars Outlaws is an absolute joke, right? And I gotta be honest with you, I knew it was gonna do bad on Steam. I mean, we were talking about this the other day, and I released a video about this also today, I believe, talking about it. We knew it was gonna do bad. I didn't think it was gonna do this bad. I'm being real with you. I did not think it was gonna do this bad. This is bad. You got Star Wars Outlaws performing barely better than Concord, ladies and gentlemen, right? I want to say that one more time, just so maybe it could sink in. It could sink in for the people out there. We got Star Wars Outlaws performing slightly better than Concord. 834 all-time peak on Steam. It will most likely hit 1,000. I can see it hitting 1,000. It might even jump up when the weekend gets here to like 1,500 or so. But this is an absolute mega flop on Steam. And one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is not just to make fun of it, but to also kind of raise awareness to something that we've known to be true for a while, which is if you're going to release a game on PC, you have one choice and one choice only. And that is to release your game on Steam on day one. If you do not release your game on Steam on day one, you will fuck over your game, guaranteed. Okay? Get this exclusivity bullshit out of PC gaming. It might work for console, but it's not going to work for PC gaming. Over 95% of PC players, if they have the opportunity, will prefer to buy their games on Steam, and they will be willing to wait to buy their games on Steam instead of buying it on whatever fucking bullshit store that you're trying to sell it on that's not Steam. Steam has been around for decades and has solidified itself as the platform that people are going to go to purchase their video games on the PC platform. And if you do not release your game on Steam on day one, you might as well kiss its ass goodbye in terms of PC players. That's just my opinion, but I've seen games like this do this and struggle to make their money back, struggle to profit because they just didn't release the game on Steam and they wanted to keep it exclusive. I'm looking at you, Alan Wake 2. I'm looking at you, Alan Wake 2. This is the reason why Alan Wake 2 has still, to this day, not profited. Because I guarantee you, if Alan Wake 2 released on Steam on day one, it would be in a slightly better position than it is currently right now, in my opinion. Now, people could say, well, Steam takes a bigger cut. It doesn't matter. You get access to way more sales than you would on any other exclusive store. So, yeah, you might be making less money. You might be making less money, right, in terms of per sale, but you're going to make more money overall because you're going to sell more units. So that's a pretty big L. You know what I mean? Mr. Blade says Hypnotic for new games, yes. For old established games is different, like WoW, League of Legends. That's different, okay? Well, multiplayer, like MMORPG games, that's different. MMORPG games, people seek out those games differently, right? Because they're their own like little, their little world. You don't necessarily have to go through Steam in order to play, although you should offer it on Steam, in my opinion. But World of Warcraft, EverQuest, League of Legends, Valorant, like games like that, they have their own, little worlds. Like people are going to seek out that stuff. They're very different. I don't really count that, but I'm talking about AAA releases or AA or even indie games that are meant to go towards the single player audience or the small form multiplayer audience. You know what I mean? Like team shooters like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike and whatnot. So I'm a big proponent for putting games out on Steam on day one. If you're not doing that, then you should just accept the fact that you're just not going to make your money back, most likely. It's going to be a difficult thing for you to make your money back. So this game was available, obviously, through Ubisoft. I believe strictly through Ubisoft, or was it available on Epic Games? I don't even know. Let me see. I think it was Ubisoft. Star Wars Outlaws. So, yeah. So you did every other platform except for Steam? Of course your game's going to tank. It's not going to be. Now, here's the problem. People don't care. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. You got 834 idiots on Steam. Congratulations. Every platform's got its problems, but You lost any opportunity. This number could have been way higher if it was day one, even for this shitty ass game. So this is just more proof that they need to stop this exclusivity bullshit. Stop exclusivity on PC. Just stop it. Nobody uses Epic Games for anything other than free games. Nobody that I know of uses Epic Games for anything other than, hey, let me get my free games for the week and Fortnite. That's it. Or whatever else is exclusive over there. It's so stupid. And then people are like, well, what's the problem with Epic Games? There is no problem with Epic Games. It's just subpar in every way. And I'm not even saying slightly subpar. It is massively subpar in every way. And sure, the platform is going to get better over time. But it took Steam fucking like over a decade to get to where it's at. Even more than that, I would say. And they're still adding stuff. It's ridiculous the amount of shit you could do on Steam. You can't do any of that on Epic Games. And you're not going to get there in just a year or two. So Epic Games has already subsidized themselves, right? They've decided that the only way they could get people to sign up for their platform and stay using their platform in some sort of consistent way is to give them a free game once a week. That's the only way. So they're spending an ungodly amount of money to offer these free games weekly and subsidize themselves until eventually they may become profitable if they can offer a platform that could genuinely compete with Steam. But that's not going to happen for a long fucking time. For a long time, that's not going to happen. So you need years upon years to get anywhere close to Steam. So at least for the time being, you should be focusing on trying to do your best to release your games on Steam. But I get it. Epic Games is throwing their money around. They're throwing their Fortnite money around, and they're trying to utilize the money while they have it to build this platform, and they're trying to use exclusivity in order to do it. They're trying to do it, right? They're trying to do it while they can. Because Fortnite's not going to be hot forever. I'm surprised it's been as hot as it is for as long as it has. But it's not going to be hot forever. So they got to find a way to try to bolster their money because eventually it's going to dry up little by little. Unless they come up with like Fortnite 2 or something, you know? So congratulations, Star Wars Outlaws. Pretty big hit. Now, according to Fandom Pulse, we have an article here from Fandom Pulse with a headline that reads that Star Wars Outlaws has apparently discounted the game $20 ahead of release to Steam. Now, this is not that shocking, okay? And in my opinion, here's what they did. They knew they were going to release their game on Steam after a certain time, and they were using their exclusivity time to try to fix the game before it went out to the real mass audience. But the problem is that might have worked had your game not had so much negative press, but your game had an insane amount of negative press, and people realized that what it was being sold was a broken piece of shit that had the obvious girl boss tropes that nobody wants to play as. So by the time they released their game on Steam, 4 patches in, the game's completely different, and they had to discount the game because they obviously can't stand by it at full price. They want to lure in as many people as possible on release to Steam. That's why before they put it on Steam, they patched the hell out of it. They made so many changes. They implemented so many things. And then on top of that, they also discounted the game. So now gamers feel like they're getting a full experience at less money. But not many people are really falling for that. We can see by the numbers. Nobody's really falling for that. So we're going to see if this carries through and if this leads to more sales because they desperately need it, right? They just passed 1 million sales. Let's see if they can get to 2 million by the holiday weekend. I doubt it, to be honest with you. Even with Steam, considering the numbers, I heavily doubt it. Actually, let me look at the price history really quick on SteamDB just to get a little bit of a view. Hold on. So price history. Yes. Okay. So it's 25% off at release. Okay. Makes sense. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Travis? It's 25% off at release. So $52.49 at release right now on Steam. So yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. This game is cooked on Steam. It's pretty obvious, and they only have themselves to blame for that because nobody told them to be exclusive on release. Nobody told them to do that except themselves. They fucked up doing that, and now they got to deal with the repercussions of that, unfortunately. But that's just what it is. So